Hey there, it's Kat and this is Brews and Reviews. Excuse you, wind. So today I'm going to be doing the Ravenclaw Book Tag. This was created by Victoria from What Victoria Read, and she very so kindly tagged me. Honestly, I cannot wait to do this. Ever since she posted on Twitter that she was planning to do this tag, I was like, yes, tag me, I want in. So, I really can't wait. I am a Ravenclaw, as you could probably tell from this mug, although I am holding it the wrong way around for you to be able to see, like, the main bit of this mug, but I'm not a lefty. And I come close enough to spilling my coffee when it's in my dominant hand, so putting it in the non-dominant hand is a danger that I'm sure none of you want to see. So I'm going to put this down actually, because this mug is quite heavy anyway. So before I get on with this tag, I do need to say Storm Kiara, I think it's called, is, you know, well and truly blowing outside the window, so you can probably hear that. It's not raining at the moment, so I thought it would be a good time to start filming, but the wind, she blows. Okay, so I'm going to read the questions off of my phone because I'm not that prepared, let's be real, and we'll just get straight into this. Question number 1, let's go back to Hogwarts. Which is your favourite of the Harry Potter books? So, this one was hard for me because I had a favourite for the entirety of me growing up, and I was like, this one's my favourite. And then for a brief period of time I changed my mind, and then I sort of circled back to the one that I grew up loving as my favourite, and then now a different one is sort of hedging its bets in the background. So I'm going to tell you the one that I found my favourite first, and then we'll talk about the other two. So growing up as a child, the book that I have read the most in my entire life, probably maybe about, it's over 30 times, it's probably closer to 40, it's Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I fucking love this book. The number of times that I read that is basically because I would finish it and then I would reread it, and then, you know. I'm an obsessive child. I obsess over things, so this was my favourite Harry Potter book and I read it a lot. Now the reason I like this one is because it starts to change from the normal structure. So the previous years have all been like school and blah blah blah, and then this was sort of an introduction to a wider wizarding world. Like, obviously you have the other two schools. The Triwizard Tournament was an interesting thing. I also liked the World Cup. Yeah, I really liked it, and it gets darker at the end, and you know I love a bit of darkness, and, you know, stuff like that. The other thing I don't like about this book is Ron. Like, don't be a dick, Ron. Whatever. So, yeah, this one is my favourite, and always has been, and this is my original copy. Considering how many times I've read it, it's in rather good condition, I think, but, yeah. So the books that I did think were my favourites, I briefly went through a period of time where Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix was my favourite. I think that was during, like, my teenage angsty years. I'm not sure they're over, I'm not a teenager anymore, but I'm still angsty as fuck. Anyway, and then I sort of trailed off because I was like, wow, Harry, calm down, calm down. It was very, like, moany, and I don't like Cho, so I know, bad Ravenclaw, bad Ravenclaw. Anyway, then the one that I kind of love as well now is A Prisoner of Azkaban. I sort of just have a feels for it. It's a fun year. I like that year. The Dementors are creepy as well. So, yeah, I like that one. Question number 2. Now it's time to move up to the common room at the top of Ravenclaw Tower. A riddle is needed to open the door. Challenge your viewers with your favourite riddle and leave the answer in the description. Okay, so I said this to Victoria. I would be like Neville Longbottom if I was actually in Ravenclaw. I would just be waiting outside the common room for somebody else to answer the riddle for me, because I am bad with riddles. I'm not that kind of Ravenclaw. Like, I can be intelligent, but, like, dear God, riddles be like... So I just kind of picked a riddle at random that I kind of liked. So I'll give you that one, and then I will put the answer below, even all of my social links and stuff like that. By the way, you can follow me on other platforms. That'd be great. Anyway, so my riddle is, what is harder to catch the faster you run? Question number 3. We've made it into the common room, where everything is in the house colours of blue and bronze. Recommend a book with blue or bronze on the cover. Okay, easy one for me because I haven't spoken about this book for a while and I want to. So the book I'm going to recommend is The Book of M by Pen Shepherd. So, I don't know if you've heard about this. It's a sort of sci-fi magical realism type book. Basically, oh, it's an apocalypse as well, so that's nice. Basically, one day a guy loses his shadow, And everyone's like, oh my god, this guy, he's lost his shadow, how amazing, what happened? And then he starts to lose his memory, and it's sort of like an epidemic where people start to lose their shadows and then gradually their memories also get lost. But there's also like a weird sort of magical element to it where they're not just losing their memories, they are forgetting specific things, like forgetting that deer can't fly. And then because they've forgotten that, deer magically learn how to fly. It's very strange. It's way more dangerous than you think, and yeah, I just really enjoyed it. So this is a really great book, and it follows like multiple perspectives, and they all sort of come together at the end, which I really loved. I just really wish I could hear more people talking about this one, so if this sounds even vaguely interesting to you, then please pick it up. So for question 4, we're talking about Ravenclaw traits, so this will be fun. The first trait is intelligence. Recommend a book that is cleverly written. So for this one, I'm going to go with The Last by Hannah Jameson. This book is about a group of survivors who are in a Swiss hotel at the time that a bunch of nuclear bombs go off. So they are, you know, surviving day to day. And you get the story from the perspective of just one guy. These are his sort of diary entries. He says that they're like recordings, but they're kind of diary things. And the reason that I think that this is cleverly written is because you're getting it from the point of view of this one guy, and you don't hear everyone else's perspectives. This is also a murder mystery, so you only get to know what he knows and his assumptions, and as you read it, you kind of get the feeling that he's not telling you the entire truth about a lot of things, particularly his relationship at home with his wife, and I just think it's really interesting, and it was sort of the perfect way to write this book, so yeah, I just really thought it was cleverly written. Wit. Recommend a funny book. Now, I don't really read that many comedy books. I tend to read things that are darker rather than funny, but one funny book that I really, really like, in fact a funny series that I like, is the Our Doris series by Charles Heathcote. This book is about an old lady who wants nothing more than to be the chairwoman of the WI, and she will do all number of crazy things to get there. In this first book, Doris just wants to have the perfect garden for, you know, the town, and it's just hilarious. She has her long-suffering husband who is telling this story, and Doris is just like a crazy old woman, and I love her. Like, it just makes me laugh so much. It could help that this book is set near where I'm from, so like I'm like, yeah, I could totally imagine this lady. So yeah, I just really enjoyed this book. Then we have Wisdom. Recommend a book that you wish your younger self could have read. There are quite a few books that I think younger me would have enjoyed, but I really, really wish I had read Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. Mostly because this is about a girl in high school with anxiety, like really bad anxiety, and I don't necessarily know if me during high school would have like gone, oh yeah, I totally relate to this, but like, because my anxiety has gotten worse as I've gotten older. Yeah, I just really, really connect with this book, and I feel like if I'd had it in my life before this point, then there were a lot of things that I would have done a bit differently, maybe. I don't know. This book just brings me happiness, and, you know, I just wish younger me had had that happiness too. And we have Creativity. Recommend a booktuber whose creativity you enjoy. Okay, so for this one I'm going to recommend Kat from Stars and Embers. I found Kat during the biannual Bibliothon, and like many years ago now, I don't know how many iterations ago of the Bibliothon it was, but her videos were always fantastic, so creative, and like she does a lot of like roleplay ones, and they just tickled my funny bone. I loved it so much. So she recently did a tag actually as well, which was like comparing the Cassandra Clare series but she did it in like a roleplay form, and it was just fantastic, and I just think more people need to go and check out her channel because she's fabulous. So I'll leave her links down below, definitely check her out. And the last Ravenclaw trait we're going to talk about is originality. Recommend a book that is the start of a series. So for this one I'm going to recommend Ink and Bone by Rachel Kane. I have actually only read this one in the series, so I don't actually know how it continues or if it gets any better, because I really enjoyed this book and it was like 5 out of 5 stars for me. It's actually one I'm planning to reread. Anyway, let me actually tell you what it's about rather than just telling you like that I love it. This book is set in a world where the Great Library of Alexandria exists, and all of the world's books are sort of collected in there. Books are not a thing that people are allowed to have. So you follow a boy called Jess, and he really, really wants to be an apprentice in the Great Library, and he's not from a particularly good background, but he will do anything to try and find a way to get in there. There's a really diverse cast, there's some really interesting things that happen in here. Not going to go into it too much in detail, but like, there's a lot of people that really love books, and it's a twisted, dystopian type world, and I love it. It was great. It was a really enjoyable book, and I can't wait to read the next one. So question number 5 is to tag your Ravenclaw friends or challenge your friends from other houses to create your own house tag. Now, I don't, off the top of my head, don't know anyone who is a Ravenclaw, like, just off the top of my head. I know that's probably me being, like, super dumb. So if you're a Ravenclaw, I'm tagging you. Please let me know you're a Ravenclaw so then I can go and watch your videos, but please presume you've been tagged. And if you're a Slytherin or a Gryffindor, then your house tags do not exist. The Hufflepuff tag does exist, and if you're a Hufflepuff, you should go do that tag. But if you're not, then, you know, make a tag. Enjoy. Have the house tag time. That wasn't real words. I think I'm a little bit loopy today. I don't really know what's happening anymore. Is this like a theme for my videos, or I just end it with me going like, what have I been saying for the last 10 minutes? I don't know. Anyway, I thought this tag was a really fun time. Thank you so much, Victoria, for creating this tag. I'm really, really happy to have a Ravenclaw tag and to just be Ravenclaw-y in a video, so that was a nice time. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!